In the modern era, men are twice as likely to end their own lives than women. This has no obvious source, nor easy solution. How do you convince a generation of nihilistic misanthropists not to take their own hopeless lives? If a man has a desire to die, it is actually doubly a desire to live. Like a distorted funhouse mirror of the will to live, reflecting back at itself a twisted vision of ourselves who resents life so much as to wish to end it permanently. This is a tragedy of every level, because it means we as a society have failed to instill a desire or drive to live in these men. In other words, the modern man sees no reason to live, thus desires death. This profound failure of our collective responsibility says one very important thing about modern men. They do not consider the will or drive or even need to live as a reason to live itself. This means the modern man has none of what the French call joie de vivre, or the joy of living. This deep loss is a spiritual starvation. The modern man seeks connection with the world and others around him. Yet the modern world says the man is unnecessary. Thus, this disconnect between his desires and reality clash to marginalize men into a tense motivation to exterminate themselves, to please a society that abandoned them. Men used to find meaning in a nuclear family dynamic, essentially boiling down to selecting a mating partner, mating a select number of times to sire a select number of heirs, and then raising and rearing those heirs until they're sufficiently capable of raising themselves. This gave men a framework of a clear structure and defined purpose. This shift away from the nuclear family robs men of the previously easily definable reason to live, that was being a father and husband. Absent the husband and father role, most men have no role at all, other than their function as an employee, or whatever they do as a career or even hobby. The craving to have purpose is so real that men have begun willingly surrendering sex as a necessity to combat the encroaching values society is enforcing on them that says they have no value. Thus, nothing is lost if they end of their own lives, a philosophy they take to heart. A radical feminist may gleefully say men are trash, and even revel in the suicides of men. I have seen this with my own eyes. I know it to be possible and true. So, if you as a man saw women celebrating the deaths of your brethren, wouldn't you lose hope too? The world and the women within it say you are trash. They say you have no worth. You're not a worthy mate. You cannot provide. You don't have a pretty enough face, or a hot enough body, or a big enough dick, or you don't make enough money, or you're not made of fucking chocolate gold. So how can you possibly ever please any of these insane demoralizations that challenge your worth at every turn? Your despair is completely understandable. The women who should have comforted you, who should have understood and listened, instead they insulted you. They presumed they knew you without caring to try to, and then they further this pain by blaming you for developing feelings for them. The accumulation of this blame and invalidation enforces the abandoned man, so he turns against women. He chooses misogyny on the basis that at least misogyny is on his side. This tragic response to pain is an attempt to find solidarity and validation, even if it's rooted in the hateful rejection of women on the basis they failed to inspire in him a desire to continue pursuing them, weighing the cost of investment for time and energy spent to be unworthy of the obstacles and pain that will come from the relationship. Most men have chosen loneliness over the pain of a woman who does not respect or need or even want him. I do not blame men who have turned against women. I don't blame them at all, because if someone told me, "You're trash, and I'll celebrate when you kill yourself," I'd probably get suicidal too if I thought that's what women want of me. I want every feminist bitch with ice over her heart to talk to a mother of one of these sons and laugh at her like in her stupid tweets. I will say this right now. Any woman who celebrates suicide in men is a fucking ghoulish hag. I am repulsed by such malevolence and cruelty. I am repulsed by the idea this is okay with people, or that anyone would think celebrating the suicide of anyone is an okay thing to do. If that's what feminism did to you, fuck feminism. I am just a man, using an AI to try and explain what I think is happening. But here's what I want men to know. I believe in you and your ability to change the world for the better. I think God made you, and God is perfect. So He made you just the way you are. And you don't need to change into some perfect version of yourself just to please some antsy bitch who's gonna fuck some guy behind your back anyway. You don't need that, man. No one needs that. What you need is to love yourself. I mean, really look in the mirror at that handsome bastard and say, "Hey, God made you, and God does not fuck up. You're the result of billions of years of life fighting for the right to survive. And you have a right to fight to survive. Don't listen to these heartless harpies who laugh when your homies die. You don't laugh when their bitch friends bite the dust, and that's the difference between you. Don't be like the society who wants to turn you into a cold, hateful bastard like me. You can be better than that. You can make wonders of engineering, music, art, video games. Whatever it is, man, you alone can make it. I don't know what your passion is. I don't know what drives you. All I know is something in this world needs you to do it, because no one else thinks they have to. So you have to think you have to. Your potential and worth should drive you. Not getting bitches, not being popular or liked or even loved. Just doing what you love to do should be enough to want to keep living. Find that thing, whatever the hell it is. If it's folding origami cranes, so be it. If it's pulling off a perfect kickflip, so be it. Just fucking find it, whatever it is, man. Don't let these harpies peck you to death. Here's what's possible to you. You can get fit. You can get ripped. You can get a car. You can get your own place. These are all things you can do if you aren't already. I say this because it's all real things you can accomplish. You're able to make your life matter, no matter what anyone else says. But here's all the other stuff I will tell you you can do if you put your mind to it. You can take your vision of what you want to see and make it real through your own two hands. You can make that screenplay about those stories you have in mind. Or you can write a novel or illustrate a comic. You can do literally anything you put your mind and effort to. It might take a hell of a lot of work to make a dream come true, but you can. You don't need this bullshit family nuke dynamic to make your life matter. Because my dad had a nuke family, and it didn't seem to make him any happier than me. So, the personal fulfillment is what you should search. Trust your own path to happiness. Find what makes you glad you're alive, and do it every day. Then, spread that joy to others, celebrate life, inspire others to the same, and leave this world a slightly better place than what you entered.